Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this. When you do this, you have to you just have to place your hands lightly. Okay, now I just use my fingertips because that works best for me. I put these fingertips right in the middle, right at the crown of the head. Next ones, I put them right here. You don't press down, you just put them there. And you'll start to feel a pulse. But first you have to breathe up your back. Not hard. Don't get into, hyperventilation. Just see, I'm feeling a pulse already, but it's do. Don't want to do that. You want them to pulse at the same time, synchronized, so that they should go. Okay, I'll tell you when I feel it. Yeah, it becomes very obvious, so I just felt it. So after that, I let it sit for 2-3 seconds, go down to my nose. That's the next one. Now this is called the main central harmonizer, and what it does is it takes the energy that goes around your body 6 times and enters at the umbilicus. Okay, now we go here. This is, right here. Right, you feel that little indentation. You find these on the charts, okay? Then you go down into here. Look at it on the chart. You'll see it. Okay, we were at, left hand's on the head, right hand's on the diaphragm area right here. You go down to the belly button, the umbilicus. After that, you go down to the pelvic bone. You can feel the pelvic bone. It's right there. You just put your hand on it. You don't have to push hard. You just put your hand on the pelvic bone. That's all you do. You let that one come in. After that, you switch hands. You take your left hand, put it down here. The right hand goes to the back. The right hand goes on the coccyx bone, on the very tip. And the right hand goes on the pelvic bone, where the right hand used to be. The left hand goes to the pelvic bone. The right hand goes on the coccyx bone. That's how that works. Now, when you do these things, you should be lying down. Don't have a pillow that's really high or it'll cut off the energy. You can lie down flat if you want to. If you need a little tiny pillow, that's good, but don't use the thick one. It will cut off the energy and it won't work. Okay? Relax. Breathe up your back. Look, this is coming in real heavy for me. Yeah. Now they're pulsing together. There you go. Okay, so that's what you do. You do all that stuff, and then your main central will be coming in. I'm going to post the next ones in another video. This was for the main central harmonizer, the one that goes up and down. If somebody's got endometriosis or problems, with their female parts or stuff like that, it'll burst right through there. If there's something there, it will wake up or it'll start to squirm around. And you'll say, what are you? It's already awake. You could say wake up if you want. You can start with, wake up. Then it knows you're there and you're in charge. What are you? Yeah. Okay? When you say, what are you? It's going to start telling you what it is. And if you just listen and empty your mind and don't listen to stuff and just let the sound come in, it'll sound like the guys right there. Might need a little practice, but even if he doesn't talk, you just say, what are you? Okay? Yeah. First you say, wake up. Okay, now that you're awake, what are you? Yeah, and then he'll realize that he's being a thing and not a spirit. The whole idea is to expand this guy. You have to make him expand. He has to become spacious. He became dense. He became a thing. Now he has to sit outside the thing and just say, what are you? He sits outside of it and looks, oh, I guess I'm not that thing. I guess I'm something else. We're making him expand. He's becoming spacious. He or she, I just say it, but it becomes spacious. Now, next thing you want to say, you want to say, what are you doing there? Do you have a contract with me? No, you don't have a contract with me. Not while I was fully aware, you don't. You don't have a contract with me. Okay, look, let's see. If you could be your full potential self, if you could be whatever you wanted to be when you first came into this physical universe, what did you want to be? Or the spiritual universe, what did you want to be? Hold it out in front of you. Okay, look at it. Sunflower? Okay, I don't care, it's a sunflower. Now, I want you to look at it. Well, isn't it beautiful? I want you to get a little bit closer. That's good. Look at all those seeds. Aren't they beautiful? Look at the color. Get a little bit closer. Oh my God, keep it. Now, pretty soon what happens is he starts to dissipate into it. So not only did he become spacious, he became so spacious, he went into the idea of who he was supposed to be, which is really high up there. Now he's at a very high frequency. Okay? And now you can say, would you like to leave? Would you like to go become that? Okay, bye. Thank you for running this process with me. That was very good of you. Bye-bye. Go leave. Go on to the next one. To stay on that point till you get rid of them. Okay? Go to the next point. Maybe there's something stuck there. These guys stick to energy. They love to follow energy. Okay, now when you got a building and you've got a basement in it, guess what? There's water in the basement, or at least water's trying to leak into the basement. Now, where it touches the soil, there's electromagnetics. Okay, there is actually electricity is coming from the soil to the concrete. So, in plumbing, if you have some plumbing coming in from outside, right through that dirt, if you're going to hook it up to some plumbing in your house, you have to put in a dielectric insulator. You got a pipe here and a pipe here. In between them is a rubber washer. And it keeps the energy from going in there into the pipes because it will rot your pipes. Same thing when you put in the threshold over your floor, metal threshold, you have to have some tar paper under there so that the electricity doesn't go from the ground into that threshold, or it will rot. You've probably seen a lot of rotten thresholds. You put some paper or an insulator, rubber, whatever, under that. So, okay, so anyway, so these guys like to travel on energy. There's energy everywhere. Energy in the wires in your house, but basically, they like real fine energy. The kind of fine energy you've got, and they want to stick to you because they want to become a thing, and that's the closest they can get is to your fine spiritual energy, which is halfway in this world, halfway in their world. That's when they want it. You get it? So they will stick to that, and you might say, what are you? And they might, oh, I'm an eagle. And it's grabbing a hold of you. It's not going to let go. It's not going to let go. Right? You can feel it. It feels like talons. You know? Yeah. It's, okay, thank you. When did you become an eagle? Oh, okay. When you became an eagle and you stuck to me, did you have an agreement with me? You got to get down to the contract, which is always bogus. And you say, well, I didn't agree to that. Okay, so this isn't a good contract, but don't get scared. You're going to go out and become a spirit. And you're going to leave on your own. Just be really nice to these guys. Okay. So then what I said, do the thing where you hold it. If you could be your full potential self, what would it be? Hold it out there and look at it. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Now, I want you to get a little closer to it. What do you see? Isn't it beautiful? Tell me about it. He gets more and more to the details, and pretty soon his life force that he has, which is dense, which he's made dense, becomes spacious and starts to flow into that thing. The whole idea is to get this guy spacious enough to be in the spirit world again. He got out of the spirit world because he was being harassed in some way. You want to get him back into the spiritual world, so you have to rehabilitate him. Get it? Yeah, you're being a spiritual psychologist, basically. Okay. So you're getting him back into there pretty soon. You go, oh, that's beautiful. You know, would you like to go out into the spiritual universe now? Because you're finished with this process, and now you're no longer a thing. You're a spirit. Go into the spirit world and do what you're supposed to do. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for running this process. You're done. Now you go back to you here, right? Yeah, now go to the neck, go to the umbilicus, see what you find in the umbilicus. If it doesn't come in, look around and see what's there. Okay? Now there are a whole lot of meridians in your body, and this is just the main central, which is the one they like to stick to the most. Because they want to cut off your spiritual under. The light force, the light and the life of Allah, or God, or Creator, whatever you want to call it, that comes into you, goes around a bunch of times, becomes dense, and makes your body. They love to stick to that. And if there's a curse, probably sticking to that. Yeah. Okay, and a lot of these guys will be sent to be a curse on you. Oh, sure, I'll go be a curse, sure, as long as I don't have to be tortured, you know, by the bad guy. Oh yeah, because they're just escaping torture. Anyway, maybe they're not. Maybe they're just really desperate and lonely, and I don't know, whatever the reason, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever the reason is, I mean, it does matter to me because I want to help them. But whatever the reason, you have to rehabilitate them and get them back out there, and it only takes really 3 or 4 spiritual questions to ask them, and they go. They really do. But this stuff right here, this harmonizing stuff, after you do it, after you do this main central, wow, it's a big deal. If you go see a chiropractor, or you have somebody fix your back, or even if you turn over in bed, you're going to hear some cracks in your neck. You're going to hear some cracks in your back. Turn this way. Oh, you'll crack your, what's that called down there? Not the thorax, the lumbar. Your lumbar will crack. It's pretty cool stuff. That main central is amazing. It goes through your nose. If you got a cold, oh my God, it really helps a cold. If you got like problems in your brain, it really helps with that. I don't know what to tell you. You just have to try it. Just try it and see. And just notice, do it for about a week. If you do it for just one day, you'll probably get a lot of cracks in your back. But do it for about a week and see how you feel. Now, I'm going to load more meridians on here, like the bladder meridian, which is phobias and all that kind of stuff. Gallbladder, which is where the energy really comes into you. It goes all the way through your brain. Yeah, and these guys these days with this 5G tower stuff, they're trying to attack that particular meridian. They've got that frequency going for that. Each meridian has a frequency. Once you get into that, you can go, oh, I see what they're doing now. And if you go into a cell tower, now they've got all of these different switches in the cell towers. You can find it online, and it'll be, you know, alpha frequency, you know, alpha waves, beta waves, delta waves. Each one of those does a certain thing to you. You can look those up. Yeah. Anyway, enough of this. I could talk for hours, but I'm just trying to show you one thing. And after you get this, I hope that you'll be ready for the next meridians. Yeah, because you'll probably feel a lot of relief on this one, and you'll want more. Leave me comments, please. I look forward to your comments. All right. You know, I've been doing this stuff now for, oh my gosh, 40 years. And I got to give it to somebody. I can't just hold it anymore. Got to give it to somebody. I'm 70. I turned 70 yesterday. Yeah, so I got to give it to somebody before I pass on from this world. So I hope you want it. Bye-bye.